Welcome to another edition of the Nightly Nuge. Of course, this is Memorial Day week, and I'm going to take your advice, Ted. You said celebrate Memorial Day, Independence Day, Mother's and Father's Day every day. Well, happy Memorial Day week to you on this fine Thursday, my friend.
Yeah, once again, the whole world sucks. America still sucks less, but boy, this government is trying to catch up with Yugoslavia and Venezuela. But we, the people, we don't suck at all. So God bless the Nightly Nuge, truth, logic, and common sense celebration. Thank you, Keith.
On the topic of sucks, let's talk about Nancy Pelosi and her husband.
The czar of sucking, yes.
Yes, who's in the news, as you saw, or maybe you didn't see because mainstream media seems to not want to cover this topic. But Mr. Pelosi wrecked his Porsche in California and got charged with DUI. What's your take on just that incident itself?
Well, that incident, once again, is a glaring example of why Nancy Pelosi has no soul, because she wants to take away our guns, but more people are slaughtered every year from drunk drivers. So she's the problem. She and her husband are the problem. I absolutely condemn, I abhor the self-inflicted slaughter of Americans by drunk drivers. I hate drunks. I despise drunk drivers. I've lost friends, dear friends, to drunk drivers, and still nothing has been done. So let's see, the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Let's have an organization. Let's create a bureaucracy, and let's make sure it's bloated like some kind of fatzilla. And let's call it the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. How are you doing with mitigating deaths from alcohol, ATF? How are you doing mitigating deaths from tobacco, ATF? How are you doing with the engineered recidivism of any gangbanger who wants to get any kind of gun possible? Hey, ATF, you're a failure. And yep. Nancy Pelosi is part of the reason it's a failure, because the bureaucrats, they don't care about innocent lives. They like to drink and drive. And Nancy Pelosi and her punk-ass husband is a perfect example.
You know what, Ted? You hear it all the time, and I know I have mine. I'm guessing you do too. But handguns with multiple shot magazines, of course. That's one of the big things that the Francis O'Rourke's of the world, that the Nancy Pelosi's of the world, the Stacey Abrams of the world want to ban. They want to ban handguns. They want to ban handguns, you know, and I'm going to give you some stats, Ted, and I think you're going to probably already know these, but our listeners may not. In the year 2020, there were 11,654 traffic fatalities due to alcohol. Okay.
I knew that.
There were 8,029 handgun murders. Less. Yet, what do the Democrats do? What does the left do? Ban guns. Ban guns when you already hit the nail on the head. Alcohol and driving is a way more dangerous mixture.
Yeah, they don't care about saving lives because they keep letting out murderers and stabbers and shooters and beaters and assaulters and ball batters and pipers and fisters and beer bottles. They kill people with all kinds of things, way more than firearms. By the way, that statistics of 8,000 plus handgun murders, no, they're not. Many of those were handguns used to save innocent lives. And many of those handgun deaths were law enforcement who used a handgun to save innocent lives. So once again, when you see gun statistics, I guarantee they're always skewered, because a gun saves more lives than it causes the loss of innocent life. So once again, Nancy Pelosi and her drunk driving husband, they don't care about innocent lives being lost. They just want control. And the only way they can Shanghai us, the only way they can control us, is to get rid of the sacred Second Amendment. And once again, I recommend everybody buys a gun, learns how to use the gun, joins the NRA, the Gun Owners of America, United States Concealed Carry Association, and join us at hunternation.org to make sure that we vote for the self-evident truth that a law-abiding citizen in America has all the rights you can imagine to self-defense. And if you're unarmed and helpless, bad guys will find you.
You know what, Ted? It seems like the media and even Nancy Pelosi herself lost an opportunity here. the teaching point here is that certainly if you're going to drink and drive, and certainly if you have the mega wealth that they have due to insider trading and the other ways they've made their living, why not get a taxi? Why not get an Uber? Why shouldn't people be using this as an example to the young people that are listening and try to make it a teaching point? I know it's really sad that it happened, but doesn't that make sense? That let's try to encourage other people not to do this.
Well, Professor Nuge, at your beck and call. Here's the real teaching moment. The only party that really means anything is when you're clean and sober, doing fun things that don't include innocent loss of life.
On the topic of fun things, you got to see Ted Nugent in concert this summer. Go to tednugent.com. Go to the tour schedule. I guarantee he's coming to a town near you. He's coming to my own town of Kansas City in August. Can't wait to see you there, Ted. And go to tednugent.com. Make sure you figure out when he's going to be near you, get tickets, and then you can go have some real fun. And hey, Ted, if they want to hear an uncensored version of your opinions on tonight's topic, where do they go?
Well, truth, logic, and common sense is the battle cry at the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, both on YouTube and Facebook, that's censored and suppressed beyond your wildest communist imagination. But we're starting out the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire on Real America's Voice coming up real soon. And we're going to hit millions of people with the truth, logic, and common sense that they celebrate, we all celebrate in our daily lives. Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. Find it. It's worth it.
Oh, I almost forgot, Ted. Today's winner of the signed Detroit Muscle CD is Joseph. And boy, I'll tell you, a good Michigan name here. I think it's Olcheski, Olcheske, one of your fellow Michiganiacs. Joseph, thank you so much for going to huntthevote.org, for signing the pledge and committing that you're going to go vote your values in this upcoming election. Joseph, you want a signed copy of Detroit Muscle. Come back tomorrow night. We'll have Ted with a guitar in his lap, and we're going to talk about, I'm going to ask him some questions about how the Motown riffs turned into Ted Nugent licks. Come back tomorrow night for a Friday night free-for-all.